Hey guys, what's up? The loneberserker here, and I'm going to be showing you a replay. It's another 2v2. I'm going to be playing as Gedai, my ally is Rome, and we're going to be playing Chimera and Macedon. Now, these two factions decided to get pretty much no cavalry and all infantry, and they sat in a new box, which was actually really fun playing this match. Just because it was a challenge to get closer to them because they had so many archers. Like you can see, Chimera has a ton of archers, and so what that allows them to do is just sit back and shoot you and you can't get close to them. That's why you can see I have these mercenary axe warriors, because they have javelins, and so I couldn't really use my cavalry at all. So you saw my army there. My ally has a ton of Victorian Guard. He has some veteran legionaries and some auxiliary cav and Sockii equites, and he has these heavy Hall Mirine skirmishers, and he has his legatus. And yeah, you saw my army. And you can see I have 3 of my noble horse just sitting in the woods here, and this is what we have to go against. So he has a ton of foot companions in the front, some thorax swords, and this guy brought all Chimerian nobles. And Macedon some thorax swords, and he put 9 upgrades on his royal peltis. He has another thorax sword, and then he's got all these Chimerian heavy archers. And you can see they do have some cav. I do tell my ally about that, and this guy just put a ton of upgrades in his cav too. And I think one of the this guy has 9 upgrades too. So. But they also brought this one other cav just to kind of guard the flank. But that's when you can see me moving in my whole army. And this guy immediately turns his Victorians. And you can see this is our deployment going in. So my Dacian bowmen are getting in position. You can see this. It's a pretty cool view. But what happens to those archers in a few seconds isn't pretty. So my Dacian noble horsemen are going up. They're gonna sandwich, or they're just gonna absolutely destroy this unit here. It has no chance. You can get its perspective. It's running in. You got my army and Rome's army to the left, and their army behind them, and my cav over there. And you can see just so many of them will start dropping. You can see all those guys in the front. And they just go down from 80 all the way down to 70, and they continue dropping. And you can see I tried to get around it, but at that point he pulled out, so I just kind of gave up. And I gave a little pursuit, but he didn't kill one of my guys, which was pretty funny. And he makes that unit there. Chimera brings his horse archers to shoot my allies' auxiliary cav. But he uses fire arrows, so he's not really going to get any kills there. And you can see his archers are probably about to be in range, so you better be careful there. He does catch him, but it's not going to do much. And this is when the arrows will start raining down on him, unless he turned his missiles off. No, I think they're shooting. Yep, there they go. So they get a pretty good volley off, but I know it does say it doesn't kill that many though. It doesn't kill any actually. So he gets out without any losses. That's really good. You can see I'm setting up on this flank here, and now I've got the rest of my archers, or rest of my army moving up. I got my archers going in, knowing they're probably gonna die here, but that's fine. You see I got these armored spears, which are pretty good, but you'll see they don't really do too good again in this battle. But right here, what the enemy should have done is they should have moved their archers out and started shooting me, and that would have at least pushed me away and allowed them to not have to worry about their backs like they do. And now you can see this archer engagement here. You can see the volleys of arrows, and you can see they're getting shot back. You can see all across this line, but I will not be winning this fight. I just kind of go up here trying to get a few kills on their archers, just to give us a little bit less fire. So I killed a few here, but nothing too much. then you can see the engagement with his Thessalonian Cav. I surround him again and I start just destroying his Cav. Noble Horse is much better than Thessalonian Cav. But you can see he does bring this Chimerian Noble Infantry out, but then he brings it back in. But now at this point he's down to 44 and I lost one guy, so that's good for me. You can also see all my archers are dead. So they did pretty much what they were supposed to do, and like they got this unit down by 20, this guy down by 6, this guy down by 3, and this guy down by 8. So it was okay, but yeah, it wasn't much. This unit does come back, but yeah, it's not going to be able to do much. And you can see I get another charge onto this guy, but I start getting hit by Flaming Shot, which isn't going to do anything. Don't use Flaming Shot unless you're planning to break something, because if I can get here, I'll pause. If I can get out here, it shows it reduces its damage and reload time, so the only thing it does is lowers morale, which is pretty much good for getting elephants. But you can see me here going for a risky charge, and then I decide to pull out. And you can see all the dead nations on the field. So I do start getting shot by normal shot now, which is a lot better, but still it's not going to be able to do much. And then he switches back to flaming shot, so that's not good. But you can see the fight in the back here. He's pretty much killed his Cav. He couldn't do much with it. And you can see over here that this is the only unit left, and he brought his noble infantry back in. And you should not leave your general out like this. Like, yeah, it's a horse archer, and yeah, it's gonna get a good amount of kills, but still he's using flaming arrows and his general is completely alone. And he's pretty much throwing his general away at this point. But he does bring it back, which you should do, is you keep your general about there. But then he sees me pulling back, so he goes back in, but then he finally pulls back. So this is when I think we start moving up our armies. We'll speed it up some. You can see I'm bringing my archers back up. But other than that, that's pretty much it. We move up soon here. My ally starts moving up his skirmishers. And here we go. Here come my noble spears, which were supposed to be kind of like the brunt of my assault, or a screening force kind of. You can see the sun bouncing off the helmets. You can see arrows flying across the field, and they all start targeting that unit there, except for like one guy. And you'll just see that unit get completely massacred. You can see this. It's just, their shields aren't doing anything. And that's when I was putting them in shield screen, but they get hit by a massive volley here. And that pretty much wipes this unit out. You can see that. It was just a huge volley. But this is where my mercenary axe warriors come up. So we will be able to do some damage. This unit survived pretty well. And then the rest of my army will be coming up. But the only thing I want to do with these guys is get my javelins off. And you can see he sent out the rest of his companion Cav, which is really annoying actually, because they would not die. So I was constantly skirmishing with them. But you can see him wasting his arrows on these guys here, who get themselves in shield screen, which apparently doesn't do much. But then at this point, I start throwing my javelins just to soften his men up. And over here, this is where I finally caught his noble horse. And I did not care that I had to fight a unit of thorax swords, because it is not as bad as a noble infantry. But you can see now his general is down to like 23. And now at this point I go around here to engage with this thorax swords because I'm out of javelins. My ally has these really good skirmishers that start shooting away at this unit's flank and the archers on the inside. he brings up more auxiliary stinger archers, and I just left this unit here. You can see me engaging here. I know I'm gonna lose this fight, but it's just to soften them up because these are not my main troops. And you can see he starts shooting my flank, but that's when I move my noble spears, or armored spears. And I also move this unit around to engage his noble infantry, just so they're not sitting there not fighting. And then I should be assaulting with these two units here. At that point, you can see I actually forgot one of my noble swords, so I have to bring him up after. And over here you can just see I'm swarming this unit. It's just getting charged from all sides. It's going to lose a ton of troop units. But yeah, you can see this fight is not in my favor that much. I mean, Axe Warriors are good, but they're not going to beat Thorax Swordsmen. And you can see I'm trying to engage this general's unit. And I got some my mercenary Thracian peltist. And I just had this unit kind of sitting here. And then these guys actually charged out, which I think was a really bad idea, actually. They should have stayed where they were. Now it's giving my ally an advantage because Thorax swords can't beat Victorians. Pikes can, but they're not going to be able to do much. And now at this point you can see I'm targeting this unit here because it's pretty much full. It's at 158. And I move this unit back around this way to outflank this unit here, which has just pushed my Axe Warriors back. And you can see that unit is still back there at 114. I just left it. And you can also see I engage here with my spearmen. And my archer, my Thracian peltist got charged. But this unit's so good. And you can see we're just tearing apart those foot companions, which are very good pikemen. Yeah, you can see I left this one unit back here. And I have my 3 noble swords and my noble horse up here, which is my general's unit. And now you can see I'm bringing this royal peltist out, which I don't know why he was doing that. Because then I just told my men to start shooting that. And this unit is now down to 103. So I run back with this unit and start shooting in with the other unit. So we can't engage both of them. And you can see he immediately realizes what's happening. So he runs back in, but he gets hit here pretty hard. And loses a ton of guys from his general unit. Look at that. And now you can see my mercenary Axe Warriors are going in. But over here they're losing. And over here they're losing. They just can't beat these much better units. And over here my armored spears are starting to get swarmed. But we are continuing to shoot them. And these skirmishers are about to run up. And that's when I start sending in my noble swordsmen here. Just to finally crack the shell. Which you can see my ally attacks the back here. This is a pretty bloody fight, but you can see over here what's happening, and over here. So we are surrounding these units now. And this unit apparently is just sitting there, not wanting to fight. But this unit is now starting to break. And then I broke through here with my noble swords, and here. Well, we'll soon break through here. But now my Axe Warriors have officially broken. And these guys are actually behind these Chimerian nobles, which is really funny because they pushed out, and that allowed my men to get completely around him. And you can see I'm just hacking into the flank of these guys. But I think, yeah, I've brought that unit up. It's over here now. And his skirmishers are doing very good here. Getting a ton of kills. And I think, yeah, his general died. So you can see just how many arrows and javelins are coming into that unit. The Macedonian general's dead. The Chimerians are just trying to fight for their lives at this point. But they're not doing. They're holding over here actually pretty well. Over here you can see I'm about to break through this unit when my ally starts helping me. And then I send these guys over here to help this unit, which is broken. And you can see my spear unit has broken that was over here. The rest of it's right here. But you can see I tried to charge in. Yeah, it was right here. I tried to charge in the backs of these guys, which didn't work at all. You can see I'm actually using my rally ability just to give my men some encouragement to fight. And we're pushing through here. I just need these guys to hold for a little bit longer, which they did really well. but then at that point they broke. And you can see it again. I'm going in for a charge, but you see me lose a pretty good amount of horses right there. They were at 42, but now they're down to 35, and they'll lose even more. You can see I'm going in for another charge, but what happened there is I hit my own horse unit, so that wasn't good. But you can see this unit has helped the Romans win on their side. You can see these Thracian peltasts, they're out of ammo and they're just sitting there now. And the rest of these Crimean nobles are just getting completely surrounded. That's going to be the end of the battle. So we'll check out the results here. We'll do Marco Antonio and Legend first. If it loads, there we go. So here's Marco Antonio's kills, getting pretty good kills, getting the most kills. And I have the biggest army here. Legend did pretty well. His infantry, or his archers did really well, but it was his infantry that didn't hold long enough for his archers to get that many kills. And they were also annihilated by this guy's skirmishers. You can see this guy's foot companions didn't do anything. His cav didn't do much, and his thorax swords didn't do much. He just had too many upgrades on these units here. And you can see my cav did pretty well for being in that situation. My archers didn't do anything. My Thracian peltasts did really well. My armored spears, yeah, you can see they didn't do really well, even though they can be pretty good. And my mercenary axe warriors did well, and 3 of my noble swords did well. This one would have done pretty good, but it was held in back because I accidentally forgot it. But that's going to be the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.